All right, gang, good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you had a great weekend. Let's just jump right into this so you can get back in on your day here. So I got five stocks and futures that I am looking at for this week. All right. So first one is actually gonna be the Nasdaq futures. So that's forward slash NQ. As you can see, we pretty much ran up and we made those highs, and then afterwards, really we've just kind of consolidated. We'll run up, we'll pull back, and to keep going with this choppy action, the sideways action, I want to just throw an iron condor on here. Okay, so Nasdaq, not too bad, and 13 IVR. We're going to go out 30 days here on this one. And liquidity, right, a little bit of an issue here on the Nasdaq, but if you let it sit, you should get filled. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at selling the 12,450 puts, buying the 430s behind it, and then I am looking at selling the 14,250 calls and buying those 270s behind that. Going to give about $105 in credit. It's 525, but it's half. So looking about $100 in credit with your max loss only at 295. So it's actually fairly cheap to put on. I'll be doing probably I don't know 2-3 contracts of this one. All right, and then giving a 66 pop. So that's really good for an iron condor. Then as you can see, it's past its expected move. So that's really good. A good option there, and then it gives us a little bit of wiggle room down to the 200 day. So I like that one here. Okay. Next one, you guys, is gonna be the 30-year 30-year bonds. So this one as well, right? You can see here we've just, after this big drop, we've really just gone sideways. The 10x bars are yellow. That means just kind of consolidation phase. You can see that going on a 78-minute as well. It's a slight trend up here, but for the most part, it is still sideways, and we got a good coverage of what I'm looking at here. So with ZB, okay, looking at still 33 days out, so that's the June 25th cycle, 33 days, and it's another iron condor. Want to sell the 151 puts, buy those 150s, and then sell the 161 calls and buy those 162s. That's going to give an 80% probability. That's fantastic for an iron condor. Okay, all in all, the 010 credit is going to give you about $156. Cap you at $840 of a loss, and currently at the time it's only $400 to put on. Okay, really good play here. Next one, you guys, is gonna be SMH. You can see here that it's really just been channeling. This is the hourly chart, and it's been in this range for quite a while. If you actually go out to the daily, you can see that it's actually been in that range pretty much since December. So not a whole lot going on. So we're going to be looking to cover the current all-time high and the most recent dip, which is just above the 200-day moving average. Okay, so with SMH, decent IV, 20%. We're going to try to get a weekly here. Liquidity might be a little bit of an issue, but I don't really want to go 54 days yet. So looking at July 2nd, and I want to go ahead and do a past expected move. Okay, it's going to be about a 16. It's going to actually lean it slightly short here, 1916 delta. So put side, I want to sell those 215s, buy the 210s behind it, and then on the calls, I want to sell the 260s, buy those 265s. I would like to get at least $1.30 for this play. Okay, and it's given a 64 pop, which is another good. Well, I can't talk today. Good odds for an iron condor here. And then as you can see, again, past expected move also leans at slightly short delta. Since this market has been in a crazy up down, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of more short delta anyways. Okay. Now the next one here that I'm looking at is gonna be X. So X, US Steel, decent IV, slight uptrend. We made some highs here. Now we're kind of coming down. So I want to strangle it. And I really want to strangle it past the expected move. So I'm looking at just shy of reaching the 200-day while also covering the 2-year high here in case it does bounce off this 50-day and head back up. But it does give short delta what I'm looking at. Again, I need a little bit of short delta and don't mind it here. Okay, so this one will be July, all right, due to liquidity. So 54 days out. And I'm going to go way past expected move here. pretty much a 10 delta play. Excuse me. Looking at selling the 17 puts and selling the 36 calls. That's going to lean it short about 7 deltas here. I'm going to do at least 2, if not 3 contracts. And if I go to the one contract, you can see here, it's an 85 pop, 90p 50, 3.5 delta short, 70 bucks in credit, and only $240 to put on. So it's really, really cheap. So I'm going to do 2, maybe 3 contracts here. All right. All right. And then lastly here, you guys, is going to be XOP. All right. A little bit of energy. So XOP, you can also see here, really, we reached our yearly high. And after that run up, we've really just been consolidating. So I'm going to take advantage of it. 10x bars are yellow. 78-minute bars are also yellow here. So a lot of sideways action, but I'm going to give it a little bit of wiggle room on this one. So we're going to try also a weekly. I just don't want to go all the way out to July yet if I don't have to. So 40 days out, July 2nd. This one actually has the highest IV at 41%. Now, I believe we can get an Iron Condor on too, but I'm looking at a Strangle, selling the 70 puts, which is a 10 delta, and selling the 105 calls, which is an 11 delta. So it's going to lean it about a delta short, all while giving us an 81 pop and a 90p 50. So we can get about $1.50 in credit for this. It's going to cost only about 800 bucks to put on. A little high in the buying power, but I'm trying to go further out, which will require me to put a little bit more buying power up here. Okay. If you want to do a Iron Condor, you can. Let's see. I think you have to come in a little. Yeah, you know what? You really can't. So I would probably pass on the Iron Condor. I would do it out in the monthly to do an Iron Condor. Okay, 54 days out if you're gonna do an Iron Condor. All right, gang, that is it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.